Hi everybody, Jacob here. Welcome back to the Fragrant Bunker. 'Tis the day. We have waited 2 years for this launch. It's here. Comet by Chanel. I did get several samples courtesy of my sales associate. Thank you so much. But of course, we're not going to limit ourselves to the samples are batch code 9501. We're not going to limit ourselves to the samples, of course. But also, the Mother's Day special package. Can we talk about how amazing are these pink hues and orange hues? And the ribbon is pink and orange. Yeah, guys. And the gift cards, yes, with the pink. You guys, I just, here it is. Hold on. There's a ton of stuff here. Including, for the occasion, first of all, 200 ml, baby. And look at that embossed 1932 Chanel platinum and diamonds comet necklace that runs around the side here as well, as you can see right there. And then the back. Where is it? There it is. And then to the side runs up the embossing and then round down here again. It's hard to see because it's white on white. And of course, there's too much light here in general. Oh, there it is. There it is. So the beauty of this packaging is that it's supposed to resemble the necklace around the neck. The 1932 Coco Chanel Platinum and Diamond Comet necklace. So the neck is the box and the necklace surrounds the box. Like it hugs the comet and the necklace is called Comet. So this is a limited edition packaging. The perfume is not. So if you do get the 200 ml bottle of the first release, it is embossed. All future batches are not going to be embossed. So I was told by my sales associate. Everything I say in this video is for entertainment purposes only, not rooted in truths or facts. Everything's alleged and just my opinion. So, the top is silver. This double C is usually black on the Les Exclusives boxes, but for Comet, they did a silver double C. So it's all a glossy silver. And the 75 milliliter bottle does not have embossing on the box. It doesn't cost more because of the embossing. It's just a special thing that Chanel wanted to do for the biggest size of Comet. They wanted to have something special for the launch, so they embossed the box. But the embossed box version costs the same like the other 200 ml Eau de Parfum Les Exclusives perfumes that do not have any embossing, just to be very clear. I'm saying this because Sycamore, Chanel came out with a Sycamore 2 years ago with like wooden panels around the, they made that one cost a ton more than the others, and that wasn't worth it in my opinion. But the fact that this costs the same as the regular boxes is a special little treat. You know. Kev says, Comet necklace should be a gift with every purchase, right? You buy the perfume and you get the platinum necklace for free. That would be amazing. But no, that's not the case. And also, Chanel just had another price increase in February. So these perfumes, this is the really painful part for me. It makes me want to vomit just saying it because I can't believe. the 200 ml bottles went up to $500 plus tax. So you're looking at $550, give or take, for the 200 ml. No, just no. But then I look at niche brands that charge you also a lot, and I'm like, well, I prefer Chanel, so. And I needed to have the big one. For every first release that comes out, I buy a big bottle and a small bottle. I haven't bought the small bottle yet, but. So I'm like, okay, it is what it is. And another thing, the fact that they release one Les Exclusives perfume like every 2 years or every 3 years, I'm like, okay, if they were releasing 10 new perfumes every year and they wanted $500 for each one of them, I would be like, hold your horses, Chanel. No. But it's one every 2 or 3 years. So I'm like, yeah, okay. The smaller, Kari says, I'll take the smaller one. I'll take it too for travel, but I needed to have also the special embossing. Oh, there you go. Ollie says, that's girl math. That's me. Well, you know, you do what you got to do to justify these beautiful objects and products. So we're, oh my God, we're opening it. This is so exciting. So excited. Hold on. While you're at it, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Push the join button next to the subscription button. Become a member today. Gain access to extra perks. You can also join me on Patreon for extra perks. Thank you to my members and patrons who have already pledged. This video is being filmed live in front of a live virtual audience. I live stream several times a week on my main Super Dacob channel, so come join me there for the fun. And oh my gosh, they really stuck this. It's made in France, and the batch code is 9401. So this one was made before the samples. The samples I got are 9501. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna keep this. I keep the plastic foil always on these. I want to protect them. I don't like them turning yellow, you know. Here it is, you guys. Oh my God, it's finally here. Look at all the paper dust on this thing. Let me take it off. There you go. The cardboard dust. There it is. There it is. What the heck? Almost 3 years. Nay says, I'm excited too. Loving this background too. Thank you, guys. Look at all our little particles. We got our cherry blossom, we got the comet, and we got all this stardust twinkling around. One wonders why. Now, for the ingredients, we have alcohol, perfume, water, linalool, limonene, coumarin, benzyl salicylate, geraniol, alpha-isomethyl-ionone, citronellol, hexylcinnamol, benzyl benzoate, citralcinnamol, farnesol, benzyl alcohol, and eugenol. Yes, baby. Here's a close-up of it. You can take a screenshot. That's your Comet, batch code 9401 in Eau de Parfum. Kev says, oh, wow, I just realized the stars are moving. Magic. So we have a little rubber holder here on the sides. Don't expect to find this little foam rubber in the 75 ml bottle boxes. They don't do that. Chanel only does it for the 200 mils to keep the bottles more in place. So you get this foamy thing here. There's a piece of plastic here. Oh my God. Okay, I waited 2 years, you guys. Thumb up the video. I'm so giddy. We're going to do spray here, and we're also going to do here because I want to smell it in 2 different instances. Here it warms up quicker. Here it stays cooler longer, so the perfume develops slightly differently. it's freaking dense. Okay, aldehydes, they sparkle just like the star. They twinkle. It's dense, buttery. I get the cherry blossom, which is almond, bitter almonds. Bitter almonds. No shampoo vibe. Take that off. No shampoo vibe. No, a body lotion, buttery lotion, yeah, but not like like cherry blossom, cheap cherry blossom, none of that. Iris and the almonds. Oh my God, it's drenched in almond butter. Crystalline, sharp. There's shards of glass are cutting through. I guess it's like comet stardust. Heliotrope. Musks. The musks are already bouncing from the bottom. This thing is chemical, but, and they kept changing name. It's chemical, but it's expensive. It smells so luxurious. It's just the opening notes. Let's give it a minute. Now, while we're giving it a minute, let me tell you a little bit about Comet. Apparently, allegedly, and everything I say in this video is for entertainment purposes only, not rooted in truths or facts. Everything's alleged and just my opinion. Allegedly, Chanel didn't know what name to give it. They kept changing name. They wanted to call it La Lune, like the moon, and then it switched to Comet. Maybe they switched the name to Comet because of the Comet Collective, which is the three ladies that are now doing their makeup. They've become the three ladies that have become artistic directors of the makeup department. Maybe Comet because they re-released the edition of the Comet jewelry that we've also seen embossed on the box. So it's all kind of a little bit connected. So we can't really say that Olivier Polge, who is the nose behind this perfume, that he created Comet with a comet in mind. Because apparently the marketing team just changes the title and the name according to whatever they want. You know what I mean? So we don't know what the brief was on this perfume. Apparently the brief was make something for the Asian market. But here's the twist, you guys. This doesn't smell very Asian market to me. Just like Olivier Polge when they released Le Lion de Chanel prior to Comet, they released it first in the Middle East, which coincidentally was also the place where they first released Comet. And it was all about creating a for the Middle East, like a intense fragrance. But the twist was Olivier Polge did not use any oud for Le Lion de Chanel. But Le Lion de Chanel has been said to have connections to Guerlain, as if Olivier Polge were referencing the master perfumers of France. Shalimar is a perfume name that's thrown around when we talk about Le Lion de Chanel. But when we talk about Comet, another Guerlain perfume is thrown in the mix. And quite a few people like to talk about Après l'onde, after the rainstorm, when they talk about Comet, saying, look, Olivier Polge is again referencing Guerlain in a way, homaging in a way. Now, I can tell you, I just reviewed Après l'onde a short while ago. And yes, there is that almond accord. They are related. They are related, but they go very different directions. Après l'onde, après l'onde, or après l'onde, ciao. After the rainstorm is dewier and colder and more wet after a while. It develops in a different direction, while Comet becomes warmer and warmer. Now, for those of you who thought that this might be a lighter version of Misia, no. This is not Misia in any way, shape, or form. If you are to think about something else from Chanel. This is very Olivier Polge. If we're going to connect this, compare it to something else from Chanel, first and foremost, this is Olivier Polge for Chanel. Like this is fully Olivier Polge. He likes to warm up the fragrances. He always has like a warmth. He adds a warmth to them, sometimes too much. And this one can be a little bit nauseating, actually. It's intense. People thought, oh, it should be a Les Eaux instead of a Les Exclusives because, because Cherry Blossom, it's going to be super light. No, this thing is a heavy hitter. It's very intense. It's not a Les Eaux. It has much more density. It's more intense, but it is sickly. That almond is like, it can, Ollie says, Misia gives me a headache. Well, I can tell you this one can also give you a headache. If you have issues with sickly sweet almond, this is a lot. It's a lot. But then underneath the surface, you can smell out that Chanel DNA, which is that muskiness that Olivier Polge does, the Chanel musks. It's really beautiful. The iris flickers from time to time. And so this reminds me of a mix between, and here we go in the Les Eaux range. It's a little bit like Paris Venice meets Paris Riviera. But it's coincidentally the hint that I was given several years ago. Now it makes sense. It is a little bit like if you were to mix Bel Respiro with Cristal. There's some sadness to this thing, like Guerlain perfumes have. Again, we have that reference to Guerlain. The heliotrope is smooth, balmy, smooth heliotrope in here. It's sickly sweet. It's nauseating. I love it. It's I don't think this is going to be for everybody. It's very, very particular, very, very interesting. It's a relatively simple composition, right? We have the aldehydes in the top notes. What else we got there? Cherry blossom, of course, which is kind of almond. And then we got iris and heliotrope in the midsection. And then in the base, in the body base notes, we got the musks. Mahora asks, is it going into gourmand territory? Almost, but you know how Chanel is. Chanel never crosses the line. They stay very conservative. So what is happening here, yes, Aish, it's like a dreamy cocktail. It almost goes gourmand, but it doesn't. It almost goes natural, but then it's synthetic. And that bitter almond, it's bitter. It makes this thing a night fragrance. And this, now I understand why their advertisement campaign were all about the comet shooting up in the night sky, because this thing has almost a Dior quality to it, like old school obnoxious Dior perfumes, like Hypnotic Poison, Addict. It's going in that heavy, buttery. But the aldehydes keep bubbling it up. You know what I mean? That's the beauty of Chanel. I mean, they know their aldehydes, right? So it goes deep into that sickly, nauseating territory, but then whoop, it goes up again. It's like, no, now let's do some more champagne, darling. And then it goes down again. And it's annoying. It's it's like when you're walking in a dream, in a nightmare, and you can't really move, and you go like, it gives me that vibe, and you just want to go, but then it sparkles up again, and then you go, oh yes. It floats. Oh. And what is really fascinating, it's a simple accord, right? We got the aldehydes, cherry blossom, iris, heliotrope, musks. Bam, that's all they tell us. Of course, there's more in here. But it's the Chanel way of doing simple things in such a luxurious, expensive way. Like this is a simple formula that you're going to, that nobody else could ever do. Even if you're a perfume, you can't just go if you want to make your own perfume and say, yeah, let me copy this, let me make my own. You're never going to get your hands on that level of high ingredients that Chanel can get their hands on. So you can, this is the point. Yeah, it sounds simple, but in its composition, nothing groundbreaking. But the way they do it is like, it's Chanel. So the way they deliver simplicity, it's like, yeah, we can deliver simplicity, but you're going to have top-notch ingredients nobody else can bring. And that's what you smell here. Debbie's asking, does it have marzipan vibes at all? So, no. I know we're thinking almonds are all about the marzipan. Sorry, guys, my hair is all over the place because I have a fan here pulling a Beyonce. And the fan is like messing with my hair. No, it doesn't. No marzipan. Or marzapane. Non c'è. No. You get a smidge of that almond and you might think it's going to go into the marzipan, but no. But right, and this is the Chanel being conservative, right before it's about to become gourmand, it's not. Right before it's about to become too sweet, it's not. It backs away. Right before it's about to become the marzipan, no. It's just about, right before it's about to become too, cherry blossomy, like right when you think, oh, this is going to go into that hair salon. No. It pokes everywhere, but it stays in its own lane. Barbara says, I find beige is very sweet initially. Beige is much sweeter than this. The iris here powders everything, and the heliotrope, you guys. It's like a buttery powder. Buttery powder. Emanates. It's sickly. And if you don't like sickly, you will get a headache. Happy Life says, I love your excitement, Jacob. It makes me happy. It makes me so happy too, guys. This is so... Finally. Well, we'll go. Aish, it's so bizarre. Aish says it has an elegant restraint. It does have an elegant restraint, although it's cloying in a way. Oh, now I'm getting a very, very herbaceous green, like cut grass. That's the Bel Respiro moment. Oh, this thing is really complex, you guys. This is not... All the people that have spoken about this thus far, most people are like just limiting it to, like, not like, sweet, not sweet. But this is, it's not simple. This is not a simple perfume. There's a green poisonous streak in there as well. It's so luxurious. It's from another place, really. I think this is too much to wear to the opera, but if you're going to the opera on another planet, in another universe, then this works. And I'm starting to feel like maybe Comet is not that bad of a name for this after all. You see, when I first heard that they're going to call it Comet, I thought, well, comets are kind of these phenomenon in nature. They're brutal. I mean, nature is brutal in general, right? It has no empathy. Nature it's all about instinct. But think about a comet. There's this thing flying through the sky so quickly, ravaging whatever is on its way. It's a brutal, ravenous force. And I thought, wow, so the perfume is going to be insane. But no, the perfume, even though it can go... It's intense. It's a powerhouse, okay? At the same time, it's more the dust, the stardust, all of these, the trails and the particles that the comet leaves behind on its path to wherever it's going. And you get kind of, dressed by the stardust in the middle of the night as you're walking outside in nature and a comet flashes by and all the stardust falls on you. I mean, I know this doesn't happen in real life. Follow me here. We're doing poetry, okay? And you just get dressed up in the twinkly stardust of the night, which is basically what Chanel wanted to do with her 1932 Comet collection, or the Platinum and Diamonds collection. She said, I want women to wear all the constellations of the sky and all the stars. I want to dress women in stars. And that's kind of what this perfume is hinting at. Interesting how we have the reference to 1932, which then again, maybe they should have used these necklaces as an example to promote the 1932 Les Exclusives fragrance. But 1932 as a perfume is more like about the 30s age, the 1930s in Europe. Champagne right before the war, living that opulent life right before everything went to hell. It's about a memory of that life. So 1932 to me has always smelled more of that era than of that particular collection of jewelry. Even though it does have a diamond accord in it because of the aldehydes. Champagne and diamonds, darling. But this one is really dedicated to that otherworldly space, stars, and a vision of something. You can almost grasp it, but you can't. And why can't you? Because it's high up in the sky. You see it fly around, pass by, but you can't really grasp it. And this is what this perfume is giving me. It makes me feel like, wait. Okay, wait, there's this in here. But just a second when you thought you grasped it, like, what does this remind you of? It's gone. You don't know what it is, you know? It's elusive, like a comet. Mahora asks if it hints at Lulu. A little bit. It does have the newer version of Lulu, of Cacharel. It does have but Lulu is more peppery. Lulu is more spicy. This thing is butter. This thing is like rich. This thing is very, very elevated. So much so that I think you got to train your palate for this one. This is not an easy one to wear. It's nauseating. It's a lot. It's a very opulent, decadent fragrance. I don't think I've heard anybody say this in a review of Comet before. I think everybody usually says it's either too sickly, too sweet, or, oh, it doesn't last very long. It's intense. This, honestly, I don't think this needs to last long. You know, I'll be happy when this is kind of gone after 3 or 4 hours because it's a statement. You know what I mean? It's not like with Chanel No. 5, for example, for me personally. When I spray on Chanel No. 5, the more time passes, the more I dig my nose into my skin. I just love it more and more as it warms up. This one, is like, it almost has a kerosene, like a benzene vibe to it. There's a really, really intense oil in here. It's worthy of the Les Exclusives collection. For hands down. Hands down. This is not a Les Eaux. This is not a Les Eaux, you guys. This is so much. It's different from the other Les Exclusives, you know, so it fits in the collection. It's its own thing. But at the same time, it's almost like saying, I'm going to blast all of you out of the ballpark because I'm so different. And like a comet, or, you know, it's just going to land and everything else is gone. Not because it's better than everything else. It's not better. I still prefer my top 4 OG Les Exclusives, Cuir de Russie, Bois des Îles, number 22, and Gardenia. Those are the loves of my life. Ernest Beau made them. All my love and respect to them. They will always be my number ones, for sure. So technically, it's not a fair comparison. Those are the ones that started it all. It's not really fair to compare them with the newer releases, right? I personally think that the original 4 should be in a special league of their own, like not even Les Exclusives. They should be like a extra like a couture, Chanel couture, those 4, and those 4, in my humble opinion, should still be kept and produced as extraits. I don't think Chanel should discontinue those as extraits. And then for all the other Les Exclusives, you do what you do. But the OG 4 are in a league of their own, so it wouldn't be fair to compare with the new ones. But if we compare this one with the other newer Les Exclusives, this one is definitely in its own league. I mean, the musk in here, it's not similar to 1957. They probably have the same musk at a certain point, but 1957 has a lot of different musks. So it plays in a different league. I'm just comparing it because it's another Olivier Polge perfume. Le Lion de Chanel is more intense than Comète, for sure. Le Lion de Chanel has an extra antiquity vibe about it because it has that resemblance to Shalimar in a way, to Coromandel, to number 22. Le Lion de Chanel is a masterpiece, okay? I love Labdanum, and Labdanum just dries out so heavenly on my skin. In fact, Le Lion de Chanel in the beginning is screechy on me, but then as it dries down, it becomes so inviting and warm and alluring and sensual. It's just an amazing perfume. This one, as it dries down, it becomes more like a competitor of you. It competes with you. It teases you, pokes at you. Oh, but the heliotrope, it's coming out more and more. So beautiful. This one gets warm and gentle when the almond starts kind of fading out. That headachy note in there, that bitter almond that can be intense, it's fading out, and then now we're left with this creamy, balmy heliotrope with the musk just simmering slowly on your skin, warming up very, very gently, very slowly. Synthetic musk probably, but musk nevertheless. Very intense. It's definitely a new addition to the Les Exclusives. I don't feel like Olivier Polge got lazy and like he did like, oh, let me do a Misia light version like we were thinking it's going to be. No, this is its own thing, And Kev says, musk compared to Boy. This is very different from Boy. Boy is another one of Olivier Polge's Les Exclusives creations for Chanel that came out around 2016. Boy is a modern type of fougère, This is not a fougère. This is... This is a very simple heliotrope iris almond accord. It's a very simple accord combination, but it's how everything is combined together and how top-notch the ingredients are that make this such an experience to smell. It's an experience to smell something so beautiful. It's too much. Well, it's too expensive, first of all, but then it's too much to handle. It's for me personally, like this is one I'm going to wear. I'm going to have to be in the mood. it's a lot for me personally, on my skin. Maybe on your skin, it's gone in 10 minutes. You never know with perfumes. Everybody's chemical composition in their body, hormones, everything is different. So, but this thing has heft and it keeps penetrating, like through your nostril, it's there, it's in the air, and it's delicate, but then it gets aggressive. It's soft, but then it gets hard. No pun intended. It's, I would tone down the almond a little bit in here. It's a lot. The almonds are a lot. And you never know, they keep tweaking everything. Maybe the next batch is going to be slightly tweaked. You know how they reformulate stuff. But the beauty of this thing, I'm warming it up now with my nose, and it's a trick I do to kind of pop the perfume molecules and get to the base notes quicker. You kind of blow hot air onto your skin where you spray the perfume after some time has passed, and then you inhale quickly after that, and you get a burst of the magic of the perfume. And that's where the Chanel DNA appears like magic. Just when you thought, is this a Chanel? Just when you thought it might not be, you blow on it and then you inhale and it's like, oh. There's also a smidge of incense I'm smelling in the dry down. Oh, the dry down is so good. So good. There's a smokiness that comes out. It's a musky smokiness in there, almost incensey. You got to really heat it up first and then inhale to sense out that extra little nuance that's just flickering in there. And Ollie says, yes, it gets smoky. Smoky hay vibes. Very natural now. It's getting barnyard vibes. It's giving me... who knew? There's something dirty in here, after all. Oh, there's that Chanel accord in there. It gets me every time. There's that Chanel magic, especially when I smell it here. So usually perfumes, I'm warmer here. There's the pulse. So here perfumes develop more clean on me. And here, they bond less, let's say, with my own chemistry. They stay more true to themselves in a way. So here I get to smell out the textures and the layers of the fragrance. Here usually I sniff to see how the perfume reacts to me. Okay. Yeah, here it's Chanel DNA fully. Here I'm getting the incense, that smoky. And especially in this area, you guys, here where you have that kind of the wrinkles of the arm right here. Here you get a different smell than here. It reacts differently. It has a slight acidy accord in there, like the Gardenia Eau de Parfum does in a way, because it has that green accord that Chanel does. It's just about to become fruity, but it's not. Just about to become sweet, but it's not. Just about to become, shampoo-y, but it doesn't. It keeps, just kind of like testing out, from its core, from its Chanel DNA, it emanates little bursts of things that are not necessarily what we expect from Chanel. And then she kind of goes back into herself. It's definitely a lovely olfactive experience. This is not a blind buy by any means whatsoever. I would not recommend for this price. You don't want to blind purchase this. You might get very disappointed. This is not an easy perfume to love. This is not an easy perfume to love. Chanel also gave me something really, really sweet with my purchase. For Mother's Day, because we got mother energy. Look how cute. So these little boxlets, they're packing them so nicely in a little box. Look at these beauties. Oh my gosh. So these are made out of fabric, and they are stickers. I wish they were pins. They do have for their workers the pin version, but you can turn them into pins. Look at this camellia with the pink edges. It's a white, it's textile, and then it has the sewn on to the sides, the pink. And they also have, super cute, adorable, the orange version. Neon orange and neon pink. Aren't they adorable? Hi, Chanel. Or hi, Chanel. Put them somewhere. Maybe here. Super, super cute. I'm not going to, I collect these things, so I'm not going to pull the sticker thing off. They're so beautiful. So, and these gorgeous ribbons come. So this is not connected to Comet. These are just 2024 Mother's Day special packaging design that you get, if you purchase a perfume in this time of year. So this is so beautiful. Again, with the orange, neon orange and neon pink. So, so beautiful. Love these color combinations together. So there you go, you guys. Oh yeah, there's a little bracelet too. Made with the same, a little tiny, it's a little paper bracelet, so cute, like a little origami style, little camellia with the two threads, the orange neon and the pink neon bracelet with a little paper camellia that you can perfume and wear. So I don't know if you can see, but one thread is orange and one is pink. Little bracelet, super cute. But unfortunately, it's the camellia is paper, so it would get damaged pretty soon. So I'm just going to keep it in the collection. I love pink and orange in general. I think it's a great combo. So there's that. Thank you, Chanel, so much. And this perfume. It's really its own thing, you guys. Kev says this could have easily been sold for $500 as a brooch. Yeah, but they have the pin version of this as well for their workers. It does exist with a little pin on it. But I guess as a freebie, they don't want to give you the pin. But you can turn it into a pin. Really beautifully done. I mean, I don't know if I can get really close. So you see how it's all stitched. Anyway, you guys. So back to Comet quickly. Dare I say, I don't think this is going to be a bestseller. Not even in Asia. It's too intense for the Asian market, I feel. It's a little bit too overpowering. And it's also a little bit... It's a bully. It has too much character on its own. So like also for the American or European market, there's more friendly Chanel Les Exclusifs fragrances. Like there are Chanel Les Exclusive fragrances that from the moment you spray them on till the end of the last dry down, they just flow with you. They're just like beautiful, alluring, inviting. This one fights. This one is a little bit like, yeah, but hold on a minute. I'm here too, okay? So this is not a blind purchase, you guys. You have to try this one out, you know. It's moody. But it's definitely an experience to smell something like this on this planet, to think that human beings are capable of such beautiful techniques of extraction from flowers and other chemical components, you know, and that human beings have developed tinctures and that human beings have developed science to the point where such beautiful things are possible. You know, this might not be the most perfect Chanel perfume for my skin type, right? And for my hormonal balance. But that's irrelevant because the vibe this thing gives me, you know, just being able to smell it makes you feel amazing because you're like, okay, wow, this exists. It's really beautiful. It's really beautiful. We can also enjoy beautiful objects from a distance. You know what I mean? It's not like we always have to wear them and own them. Sometimes something can be really, really beautiful, but just not for us. So we can also appreciate the craftsmanship, the masterfulness of it from a distance, and that's fine too. We don't have to all love the same things, and we don't all have to wear the same things. It's a solid release. Solid release from the Les Exclusives range. But it's not going to be for everyone. But I'll love it. What can I say, Olivier? You did it, Olivier. You delivered. You delivered. You delivered. Now I'm really, really, really excited about what's the next one. You know what I mean? We're already thinking about, but just like with fashion shows, don't you think for a second that when Virginie Viard and her team, you know, when a fashion show, when Chanel just shows a brand new fashion show, don't think for a second that then they're like, okay, chill, Bill, we're all good, we good, you know, let's go to the Bahamas and relax. They're already working on another 10 collections. So don't you fret none. I am relatively sure that the next Les Exclusives is already in the works. It's going to take them another 2 years. You know, we have 2 years to enjoy this one, to discover more and more facets of it, to play with it, to layer it if we want with other products, with other perfumes, to find out how it works best, the dosage. Does it smell better if you spray it behind the knee, or does it smell better if it's just on the chest? There's always different ways, you know, you discover a perfume as you wear it. The same is going to happen with this one, you guys. You know, I just bought it yesterday. After all is said and done, I do believe that Chanel is insane with their prices, but there are other brands who are even worse with their prices, and they do not deliver the quality of raw ingredients just as well. And those brands usually release a lot of new perfumes every year, while Chanel waits many years before they release a new one. So in a way, it balances itself out. You know what I mean? This is just my humble opinion. I know you might say, oh, it's girl math or not. But think about it this way. Also for their male fragrances, the last male fragrance they released was around 2010. You guys, I'm not talking about the flankers. Main release. Also because this is a main release. It's not a flanker. So Bleu de Chanel was released around 2010. Now when we're releasing Comète, 2024. That's 14 years. And we haven't seen a new male launch from Chanel. So if you put things in that perspective, it's a special occasion. It's really a special occasion when Chanel brings onto the market a new perfume because it's a rarity. You know, it's once in a blue moon. It's like you have to wait several years for this comet to make a circle around the galaxy or whatever and reappear in the sky again. That's kind of the vibe I get with the Chanel release. So that's why I'm like, oh yeah, okay, it costs a lot, but like, okay, once every couple of years, fine. Fine, Vatheimers, you can take the money to your bank in the Cayman Islands. We'll go. Living. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm so thrilled that finally the wait is over and I get to enjoy Comet. I might do another, if you want to know more, let me know in the comment section down below, but I might do an update review after like some months have passed me wearing it, if I discover new facets, if it inspires me new stories, and I can share that with you in an update video as well. So let me know down below. Did you get Comet? Which size did you get? Did you get any freebies with it? Let me know down below. And until next time, subscribe, thumb up the video if you've enjoyed it, and never give up on love. Love you loads. Take care. Bye. Mwah.